paid, blow time to get paid, time to get paid, blow up like I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Promise it's all good. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. It's all good. Get paid, get paid, blow up like I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would.
Welcome in, everybody, to Purple and Gold Talk, brought to you by In Off the Bench Podcast. My name is Jim Cross. I'm joined, as always, by the amazing Ava Garza. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good, and I'm always excited to talk LSU. So I'm really
absolutely, and we're not just talking LSU. We're talking championship baseball, but
natty winners.
Exactly. But before we do, we got to plug the sponsors. Of course, Jesus One Apparel, John 16:33, empowering men and women to be bold in their faith. Ava, me and Jake Brown just got it done yesterday. Not only does LSU have them coming, Chris will be glad to know they're going to be in the dry fit material this time, not the cotton. Be able to wear them anywhere, everywhere, do their thing, especially in the heat of Louisiana. And, of course, Chinook Seedery, which you can also find in the LSU locker room. 8 flavors, mild to wild, the best in the game, less salt, no sandpaper tongue. But enough of that foolishness. We've got to get to the man of the hour, Chris Stanfield, man. How are we doing tonight?
Doing great. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. We're excited to get to know you a little better, get your story. But I got to know, man, it's obviously football season. The vibes got to be high around campus. Talk to me, LSU winning a huge football game against Clemson. What are the vibes like around campus?
Man, they're high, very high, like you just said. LSU winning that first game is so key. So I remember being here last year, and the USC game did not go our way. So being on the right side of this year, everyone I know of is very excited and looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be there this weekend. Excited. Obviously, it's just Louisiana Tech. But I asked you, Chris, not to get way too ahead of myself, but there are a lot of people around the country, not LSU people, but people who are neutral, saying they think this team can win a national championship. Do you think this country can handle LSU being on top in baseball and football? I don't know if they're ready for that.
I really don't know. I don't think everyone understands Louisiana and the culture and how much people love LSU too. So, but I think, I believe in LSU. I believe in the coaches over there and the players, and I think they can get it done. So that would be amazing.
Absolutely. And then one more note, Ava, before I let you take it over. I would be remiss if I didn't mention our girls from LSU soccer knocking off number 21 Wisconsin and then having a comeback victory on Sunday. So shout out to them girls getting it done. But we got to get to baseball, Ava.
We really do. But first, before we get to baseball, we get to Chris. And the first question is, where are you from?
I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. My parents went to FSU, and they met in grad school, and I was born and raised in Tallahassee, Florida.
So they're definitely happy this past weekend also.
They are. They said Tallahassee was packed.
So if me and Jim came to visit, what's one thing that we absolutely have to do if we come visit?
In Tallahassee?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I say the food. There's a good steakhouse called Connor's. It's pretty, it's a chain now, I think. So I don't know if there's one in Louisiana, but that's a great restaurant. My favorite restaurants, I'm a sushi guy, so Kiku. It's a Tallahassee owned. And I'd say those two going to eat is the key. There's not a whole lot to do outside.
I mean, Chris knows the key to our hearts. We want to know the food places. We've been told about, golf courses and all sorts of stuff before, but what we really want to know is where can we go eat? So you hooked us up. Now we know if we go to Tallahassee, we know what to do.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So who would you say was your biggest influence growing up?
Ooh, that's a great question. I got to go with my parents, Lynn and Kevin Stanfield. My family as a whole, we have a very close family. My mom's side of the family is also in Tallahassee for the most part. So really all of them, it's been a collective effort with me growing up. I remember I was at my aunt's house nights, at my grandma's house some nights. And, so they've all really played a big influence on me. But I got to go with my parents, Lynn and Kev.
So, I mean, this isn't on the a little sheet, but who all is in the family? Like, give us a little breakdown.
Yeah, so it starts at the top with my great great grandmother. We call her Dia. And then it's actually a really big family. So it goes down to my aunt, Aunt Nita, and then her brother, Uncle Junior, and then my grandmother, Mary, um, Miriam, Aunt Kay. They're all
Do y'all have big gatherings,
yeah.
Christmas?
So it is a lot. And then
Yeah, I'm jealous because my family, we just got the small little group, we get together, but I picture yours being one of the big ones, have the function, all the right food, competitions going on, all that stuff.
yes, sir, no doubt. Every Sunday when I was growing up, we'd have family dinner either at my house or my aunt's. So very close, very tight knit, faith based family.
Love it.
So, we talked a little bit about your parents being very influential whenever you grew up, but who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Ooh, so I have a few actually. So for baseball, I got to go with Mookie Betts. That's always been my guy. Believe it or not, my family and I watched his debut in Boston. So literally watched his whole career and just love the way he goes about the game, goes about his work. Great player, on both sides of the ball, elite, and that's something, I look into in my game. I want to be great at the plate, but also in the field. And then he just never takes an at bat off. Like when I watch him and his game and what it takes to be a major leaguer, I just recognize that he's always locked in, whether it's, he's down in the count, always just believing in himself and trusting in his plan and calm.
Yeah, he's a constant professional. Only if you had his arm, Chris, man, his arm is something serious. Throwing that frozen rope from the right field wall to third base is something.
It is. That one play was crazy. And then for basketball, I gotta go LeBron. He's just
Jordan, man, Jordan.
Oh, so you about to hate what I was gonna say. I got him as the GOAT for me, but I'm younger, so
yeah. Well, I give you a pass.
But yeah, he, for me growing up, he's always been a winner, just makes everyone around him better. And that's something that really stands out to me, and just an elite.
I mean, as much as I'm an old school and I'm a Jordan guy, I would, no disrespect, absolutely, to the king. He's doing his thing and he's been doing it for a long time at a high level. I mean, me and him are actually the exact same age, and I'm completely done doing anything athletic, and he's still out there doing it on the highest level.
It's impressive. It really is. And then for football, I gotta go LSU legend Justin Jefferson.
Can't go wrong with Jess.
Easy energy every Sunday, so he's a lot of fun to watch.
So, I mean, I know you mentioned your game a little bit, but you ultimately chose Auburn. So, why was that the destination for you?
Yeah, so out of high school, me being from Tallahassee, Florida, Auburn's only 3 hours away. And I have an older sister, her name's Cameron, and she actually went to Auburn. So, I really just grew up around Auburn, and I went to a camp when I was in ninth grade, and just fell in love with the campus and the coaching staff. And at the time, it was really the place to be for me. I could see myself going in there and playing early. And it was an SEC school that was really big for me, just going to the SEC, getting in the fire and playing the best competition. So out of high school, that was a spot for me.
So you spent a lot of time at Auburn. So what would you say you learned the most in your experience there?
Yeah, so I'd say I really grew in my faith more than anything. That was my first time being alone, and living on my own and making decisions for myself. So, my first fall and semester really wasn't my best, school and baseball wise, and really just had me grounded and rooted. I'd always grown up in church, but it was really like me starting to find my identity and figure out who I really was growing up. And so I really grew a lot in my faith. And then I'd really just said, resilience as well. It really wasn't easy. I didn't even, so I pictured myself starting immediately, but I actually didn't getting in the lineup every day until halfway through the season. And I had a few pinch hits early, and this is my freshman year, but just had to be really resilient and really believe in myself. And, my parents are there showing up every weekend and want to get in the lineup for them, and just really started to realize life's bigger than me, and had to make decisions.
Yeah, and those lessons are very important, and obviously you carry them into the future, which is where you'll come to LSU, and we obviously we're going to get into the whole story, but we saw what you brought not just on the field but off the field, and leadership and character. But when choosing LSU, was it as simple as I mean, we know LSU is a place you can go to win championships. Like, was it that easy when you're looking and you're in the transfer portal to go to LSU?
It really wasn't, to answer your question, honestly. LSU wasn't the first school to reach out to me in the portal. Actually, it was a few other SEC schools, and then Coach Johnson called. And when LSU calls, you got to answer and be all ears. So that was really exciting. And of course, the winning, but more the development, the coaching for me, that's something that'll stick with me for the rest of my life. Experiences this past year that'll stick with me for the rest of my life. And, that was the main goal, on top of winning as well. And then, Coach Johnson being heavily invested, he's the one recruiting me, and he's the head man. That was really important to me as well. And the fan base,
you made the right choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. At Auburn, we came to play here my sophomore year, and I had 13,000 against me, and I was like, man, if these dudes are cheering for me, that'd be something. So that played a lot into it as well.
That they did, and you man, you came through for us. I mean, let's talk about it. You batted 276, at Auburn the year before, batted 298 at LSU, so a nice jump in the batting average. What was the biggest changes you made at the plate to have that difference?
Yes, sir. I'd say being more patient. Early in my career, I was really swing happy, and this past year, just learning my body, learning how guys want to attack me, and being more patient, really getting my pitch to drive, help that jump.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to see. You were very clutch. I obviously put that intro video together. A lot of big time moments for you, and something that I know as being an LSU fan and a Jay Johnson man, he loves having guys at the bottom of the lineup who can turn it over, and for you to be reliable at the bottom, batting 300 and being able to roll it. We basically got back-to-back leadoff guys a lot of times, even 3 in a row with you and Brazzy down there, and so. It was fun to see. It was good to see, how successful, because we know you can field, right? Like, man, you cover 3/4 of the earth kind of thing out there.
I appreciate it.
But let's talk about the team. Was there a certain point during the season where y'all really felt like it came together where, I know y'all feel coming out of fall that you can win a championship, but was there a certain point where, man, it really felt like it just all came together?
That's a good question. I feel like there were a few different points. I'd say early Frisco tournament, we were really playing well. Everything's clicking, go up there, win that tournament, come back, play well for a few weekends. And then I remember we went on the road to play Oklahoma and then Auburn back-to-back. And OU was a great series. And then Auburn, we scuffled a little. Ended up losing, and that was like a really big turning point for us because, we knew this was a super special team, like just great individuals, and that's really what made it come together, and we knew that the potential was there, and we believed this whole year that we were the best team in the country, and, in the rankings, not that those matter too much, but we didn't even fall out of the top 10, I figured out. So that's super impressive. And, that just goes to the belief of the team. So I'd say Auburn series, and then SEC tournament, I'd say was another big one, because that was, that's kind of like the start of the postseason. Everyone's really excited. Go and win that Texas A&M game when Cade and Ant threw. That was huge. Solidified a host. And then, we come back home and really just reset. Like, I feel like that was the turning point. We had a few team meetings, and just, our focus was on playing for each other and winning the Natty.
That's why I like talking to a champ, because you gave a different perspective. You didn't, you talk about an Auburn series where you're talking about the team coming together after, a tough series. You didn't say like, beating Tennessee or beating Arkansas, the big wins or whatever. It was about a time of when you reflected, went back to the drawing board. And I think that shows the maturity of this team too, right? Because young teams or immature teams, they lose a series like that and things can fall apart. We saw it with a couple of different teams that y'all play against. But not for you guys. Y'all found a way to respond in such a big way. And I think when you're talking about the host thing, reflecting back with the Tennessee and Arkansas series and those other ones, I was there, and we play so well at home. So I think, you feel so much better about it when you do lock up that host spot, because like you said, playing in front of 13, 14,000 will change everything.
No doubt. There's nothing like it. LSU is special, man.
But you go from playing in front of that crowd to playing in Omaha, where 25 plus thousand. What was it like? Were you nervous, excited, a little bit of everything when you get to Omaha and you got a packed crowd like that?
I was both, for sure. Definitely a little nerves, butterflies, but once the game starts, it's back to playing baseball. And the main focus was getting it done for LSU, getting it done for the team. And that takes a little bit of the weight off. So, it was just about having fun, about competing. And the crowd was unbelievable. The experience, I can't even put into words. I guess growing up, for me, because I didn't play in the Little League World Series, or not really too familiar with that. So I've always watched the College World Series with, friends, family, and to live it and play in it and, of course, win it is just, it's literally surreal.
Absolutely. A question I didn't have on here, Ava, but I got to ask him because we talk about it so much, especially with him playing in center field. Dude, when you're playing, are you caught up in the adrenaline and the emotions, or do you actually sit out in center field and think, it is really hot out here?
Both, for sure. Being in Baton Rouge is, I'm a Floridian, and it's hotter here than in Florida. So I definitely, West Virginia, that day game, I had my times of like, ooh, it's hot.
Yeah, you were not shorted of any hot weather this year. Between how hot it seemed like it never wanted to cool off at all in Baton Rouge. And then Omaha, I've been there 5 straight years covering baseball, and that was the hottest year by far. And so you're out there right in the middle of it in center field. So I know you was feeling it.
Yes, sir. Man.
So you guys win the championship. When you make the decision to come to LSU, like you said, it's a tough decision. But when you win a championship, does it make you feel solidified, in that decision that you made to come there? Like you feel like, you probably feel that you made the right decision no matter what, but does it kind of cement it when you get that trophy?
It does. I feel like if it didn't go the way it did, I'm happy, no doubt, I came to LSU because of all the other things we talked about, development, relationships, just, being at LSU and meeting all these great people last year. And then this year, on this year's team, don't want to get too ahead of that, but winning the championship is, of course, the reason I came here as well. So that definitely solidified it in a way.
So you're the 2025 Tony Gwynn Community Service Trophy recipient. I mean, it's a big deal. We saw it all over your social media. You launched the Be the One campaign at LSU for the Baton Rouge Miracle League. And then while you were at Auburn, your campaign raised like $10,000 for the Miracle League of East Alabama. Talk about your passion for community service.
Yes, so that's very important to me. Thank you for asking. My parents have instilled giving back in me and my sister since we were 5 years old. We at every Christmas we used to have one of our gifts donate to charity and play with the rest of them. So it's really that really started all of it. And then I first volunteered with the Miracle League in middle school in my 8th grade year. And that was something my mom really challenged me to do, just get out there more. And, that's really when I started to realize life's bigger than me and just get out there. And so once I got to Auburn my freshman year, I didn't do a campaign or anything. I really just wanted to get my name out there, focus on baseball. But my sophomore year, I wanted to use some of my earnings and give back, to the community that really welcomed me in my freshman year. So my hat with all my hair would fly off a lot when I was at Auburn, running around in the outfield. So we started a campaign called Hats Off 3, and it donated $3 every time my hat flew off. And that completely blew up. By the grace of God, it ended up raising $11,700. So that was just amazing, to see the community just rally around a good cause and see, the difference that just a little like a funny idea like a hat flying off can make. And so when I came to LSU, I knew I wanted to continue the campaign, but I changed my number to 1. So that was the motivation for the Be the One campaign, and still wanted to stick with Miracle League. And, both just so thankful for the platform and both campaigns, the impact. And the one at Auburn, the Miracle League of East Alabama, they now have a few teams dedicated after me. So that's just a blessing. Awesome. Doing all this stuff, not for recognition or any of that, just to really make a difference in the community.
So whenever we talk about that much change that you've made in now 2 different communities, it's hard not to kind of see God kind of shine a light through that. How much would you say your faith played a role in your life and in baseball?
It's everything to me, literally. I can't even, every morning thanking God just for another day, and then, throughout the day talking to him. It's whether it's a great day, bad day, just thankful to be here, and thankful for impact, opportunity, and just never want to take anything for granted. In baseball and life.
Special, Chris, right now. I tell you, guys like you're obviously one of a bunch, and we've had it on this show. Been doing the show for 6 years. This wasn't a thing 3 or 4 years ago. A lot of people weren't using their platform. They weren't being bold. Teams weren't coming together the way they are now. So to see the culture and to see guys like you and the way you're living your life out and using your platform, it's amazing. And I think guys like you are help making it easier for the other guys to come out. And like you said, it's not about you, it's about God. And I think that's the thing me and Ava can say. Like, I haven't seen it at all being about you glorifying yourself. So it's really been awesome to see.
I really appreciate that, Mr. Jim. That's the goal.
So, I mean, we have to talk about it because the whole LSU fan base is so excited that you're coming back to LSU for your senior season. I mean, the posts were like insane whenever you announced that you were coming back. So how much do you look forward to trying to go back to back?
I'm very excited to be back. This is we've talked about, LSU is the place to be. My love for Coach Johnson, Coach Jordan, Coach Yeski, Coach Simpson, Chief, the whole staff just goes beyond words. Last year was literally a dream come true. So very excited for this year. I will say that Coach Johnson's big on us not giving away too many secrets. So team wise, but for me,
no secrets. I know we're going back to back.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, this isn't a question on the lineup, but how amazing was it to see? I mean, I'm sure, I saw all the comments that were so excited to have you back. How great did that feel to kind of see an entire fan base be so excited to have you back next season?
It is amazing, just to see people I've met throughout the year, and it just goes to show literally the fan base, and how respectful and well mannered. It's it was, to answer your question, I was overjoyed, and it's kind of hard to put into words like exactly how I felt. But, people I'm not even sure I met, very excited about me. And, it's just, it kind of makes all the work and on and off the field just validated a little,
Absolutely. So last question, and this one is a super serious question because we ask everybody it, and everybody has kind of different opinions on it. But what's your favorite uniform that y'all wear?
Ooh, that's a good one. I gotta go with the purple and white pants, just because the new purple jerseys fit the best. I think the purple you can wear the most with. Like, I know Monster and Bear love to wear the pink. I thought that always looked really good. You could wear blue. You could wear purple, black.
I love it because the opinions are never the same, Chris. Like
Never.
some people want the golds because you win in them. Obviously, the whites look good, but I'm with the purple myself, honestly. And it was funny. I think back to 23 when we used to interview the guys, and that was the year, Chris, that everybody said purple because purple meant Paul was pitching. And I think this year, that same thing. It means Cade's pitching. It's not a bad thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, it was absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to watch you guys running back. To have so many guys coming in and so many guys coming back, you definitely have to feel good about it. I can't, it's football season, but I'm ready for fall ball. I've told Ava the best thing about LSU is right now, you can go here in a few weeks when y'all start tuning up and doing scrimmages. You can check out football on a given weekend with baseball, volleyball, soccer. Like LSU's just always got it going on. But when the fall scrimmages start, like that's when I really get going.
I love it. I can't wait to see you out there. I'm excited for fall ball. The 2 games will be a lot of fun. So
absolutely. Well, before we let you out of here, we play a game with everybody, and this one's a little different. So that it's something that we've been seeing on the Makeshift Project. Basically, they're building your own World Series, and what I mean by this is I'm going to give you $15 to spend, and there's 4 different categories. You're going to get to choose your tickets, your food, your drink, and then there's a miscellaneous category. And so each category will have something worth $1 all the way to $5. And then you have your $15 to spend to see how you want your ultimate World Series experience. Kind of makes sense?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. So starting with tickets for $1 at the World Series, you get standing room only. For $2, you get upper deck. For $3, you can be in the outfield. For $4, you can get lower level. Or for $5, you can be right there behind home plate. So you're going World Series. You're getting your tickets. Your first thing off the list. What are you doing?
I gotta go $5. I'm going to a World Series game.
All right, behind home plate. He knows how he's doing it. We're not doing the standing room only at the World Series. So we got $10 left. All right, food. For $1, you just get the popcorn to get it started. $2 peanuts, $3 hot dog, $4 hamburger, $5 you get the loaded nachos.
I'll go $1 there, the popcorn.
Keeping it simple. It's about the seat, not the food. I hear you. All right, so still got $9 left on the drink. All right, you got $1 water, $2 Gatorade, $3 soda. Pretty sure the $4 beer is not going to be your choice, or $5 bottomless drink. So you can get all of them bottomless.
And there's one more category after this one?
Right, it's miscellaneous. You got $9 left currently.
I'll go $5, the bottomless.
All right, so he's going to leave himself with $4 going into the final category. All right, miscellaneous. For $1, you get a souvenir. $2, you get a picture on the field. $3, you get to meet the players. $4, you get to throw the first pitch. Or $5, which you don't have enough money for, you get the VIP experience that includes all of them.
I gotta go $4.
Go on the first pitch. This is a good question I got for you. Are you going to absolutely try to fire that thing in there for a strike, or are you just worried about getting it perfectly over the plate and not looking foolish?
I'm worried about just getting it over.
We were talking about it when we played this game last, Chris. Do you think the people who throw it really bad, like I don't know, it's hard to picture being that bad. Did they never I think of a 50 Cent one where he threw it way away. It can't be that bad, right?
It can't be. I feel like sometimes it's almost for like the clout or like for the meme type of situation.
Well, at LSU, when we do first pitches, I told you about this, Ava. Aaliyah Finnegan from our gymnastics team, she did that first pitch. She did a cartwheel and then threw a strike in there. So I'm pretty sure anytime somebody from LSU throws first pitch, we do it. We do it the best. That's just how we roll.
LSU does it best.
So if you could pick, I'm curious because this is your World Series. Picking 2 teams to be there. Who are they?
Ooh. Let me go Red Sox, Dodgers.
Red Sox, Dodgers. So you get Mookie's original team to where Mookie's at now. I see what you're doing there. Well, good deal. Well, you are off the hot seat on the game. We now know how Chris would do it. I'm with you though. The seats are the key. I would definitely have wish I had $5 so I get the VIP experience. But you make sure you had that bottomless drink.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ava. Well, you can go ahead and close this thing down. She's so smooth. I'm gonna put her on the spot right here. She's so good at this. I mean, it's crazy.
You're gonna do it. You better knock on wood. But before we close it out, Chris, is there anything that you want to plug or promote before we close it out?
No, ma'am. Just thank you guys so much for this opportunity to be on, and can't wait to see you both soon around campus, around town.
Perfect. So we would like to thank you for joining us. If you like Chris's story and you love the purple and gold, please like and share on Facebook, retweet us on X, like and subscribe on YouTube, and give us a follow on Instagram. We'll be back next week. But until then, love purple and love gold.